What does a person actually do when they have most of their belongings in a storage unit? Well, I'm going to tell you some of my favorites, some of the products that I've been using still on a daily, weekly basis, even though I have the majority of my belongings in a storage unit right now. So if you caught one of my most recent videos, I talked about how I, a couple months ago, put my entire 2-bedroom apartment into a 1-room storage unit. And thank you so much for the love on that video, and also just for so many insightful comments. That video, at the core of it, was less about me putting myself in a storage unit and more about fear of change and kind of learning to live with that, learning about how we adapt to new situations so well. And I really felt that so many of your comments were really so spot on with how I have felt, honestly, the last few years since I've had a lot of changes in my life. So thank you so much. And when I was thinking about that video and the response it got and some of the questions that I was getting, I thought it would be fun to kind of show you a little bit deeper into what life looks like for me right now and the products that I have wanted to keep close to me. You know, in that video, I kind of shared about things that I realized I didn't care so much about, that I wasn't going back for, like in my storage unit. And so for this video, I kind of want to do the flip side and show you what I am still keeping close to me, what I am still using on a regular basis. The Amazon Prime Day Big Day deals is going on right now. A lot of these products you can find on Amazon. I'm not sure if they'll be discounted or not. I do have some products though that are favorites of mine that are not on Amazon, but I still wanted to share them with you. But usually around this time of the Amazon sale, I do a big Amazon video. But for this one, I wanted to do something a little bit different and just show you those products that I am keeping really close to me. As always though, if you do support any of your favorite creators during a time like a Sephora sale, Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, or the Amazon Prime Big Day deals, we do appreciate it so much because it is a part of how we can continue to do this job and make these videos. So I will have a link to my storefront, because I'll put all of the products that I'm mentioning that you can find on Amazon, those will be in their own idea list. I also have idea lists broken down into like fashion, beauty, travel. I have a recent buys tab over there, so if you're ever curious of what I've been purchasing recently, I have that over there as well. And I'll put some of my favorite sales that I'm seeing on Amazon as well, if there's anything that you're interested in picking up. But that is what we're going to be running through in today's video. I just finished filming for a members only video, a chatty get ready with me on this look, which I thought was pretty fun, using the new Nomad Pacific Northwest palette. So this palette's available now and it is so cute. I have my discount code with Nomad, which is Samantha, but this is what I used today, and I wanted to do a little green look with Olympic Mountains and then also Sunbreak. But I wanted to first jump in and talk about skincare, because one thing that I've really noticed, and I was just telling one of my friends this today actually, is when I had my apartment and I had my plethora of items over there, I would get ready at night to like take my makeup off and I would think, what cleansing balm do I want to use? Because I had 18 close to me. And I would find myself always using different skincare products, even though I know that's not what I'm supposed to do. And I'm supposed to pick products and stick to it and not freak out my skin, especially because I'm acne prone. But I always had so much stuff around me. Now I do not. So when I'm not traveling, and I have a travel bag, and that is, I keep that full all of the time. So when I'm getting ready to travel, whether if it's just to California for a weekend, whether it's about to be, you know, to Japan for 2 weeks, I always have a travel bag ready to go with some minis in there and some of my favorite products, right? So I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about packing that bag. And then when I'm not traveling, I kind of bounce back and forth between my best friend's home and then also where my partner lives. So it was important for me to have skincare at both of those places. And it has made, when I go to do my skincare routine, when I'm at either of these homes, I have one of each. I have a cleansing balm. I have a cleanser. I have an eye cream. I have a serum. I have a moisturizer. I have an SPF. I don't have six SPFs. I don't have 10 cleansing balms. I don't have 14 eye creams to choose from. So every single night and every single morning, I am using the same products and doing the same routine. And so I wanted to share with you some of my favorites, because that to me has been really like an exciting development for me. And it kind of goes into the decision fatigue, which I was talking about in that first video. Having something like this has taken away that decision fatigue. I don't have to choose which SPF I want to wear in the morning. I wear the same one every single day. I have gone through my skincare products, which has been very exciting for me. Because a lot of times I would even start to like run low on something. I'll be like, oh, let me just grab out something else so I have it like ready to go. And then I would fall into that decision fatigue once again. This has taken all of that away. And so I'm not going to run through every single product that I use, but I want to point out some of my like absolute favorites that are a part of my daily routine. One of the first things I'm going to talk about is a product that I have been using, or I guess maybe I'll say an ingredient that I have been using for years and years, and it's hypochlorous acid. So what I have right now, this is one that I just purchased on Amazon because I needed it quickly and I was able to get it like overnighted to me. So this is the Briogeo Topical Skin Spray. So it's clinically tested for sensitive skin. So I do have, like I said, acne prone skin, I have more combo skin, and I do also have more sensitive skin. My skincare concerns right now is definitely like acne scarring, and also anti-aging. But the key ingredient it says in here is the hypochlorous acid. It says a trusted cosmetic solution to soothe sensitivities, minimize imperfections, relieve redness, and support against irritations. This is a product, I have used these from Tower 28, I have used these from Undefined Beauty, I have used the ones from Amazon. It's kind of just whatever I have at the moment. Like if I'm shopping at the Sephora sale, I'll throw one in my cart. I've had big daddies of this. I've had the regular version. I've had mini versions. I always have a mini of a hypochlorous acid that I take with me. If I use one up of my mini, I will just pour it into the other one. It's something, I spray this on my face on the plane. This really does help irritation if I'm really struggling with dry skin. I've been on Adaplene now, which can kind of dry out your skin. It's for an acne treatment. And if I feel like I'm having like dry or irritated skin, I will spray this on. I spray this every morning. I spray this every night. I spray it on my face. I spray it on my chest. I spray it on my back and my shoulders, other places where I can get acne as well, since I do struggle with PCOS. And it is just by far a favorite product of mine. And it is one that I hear from so many people, people who make beauty videos and people who do not, that use this spray, and they all love it and swear by it. So this is definitely one of my favorites, whether you're acne prone, whether you have dry skin, whether you just could notice irritation from time to time. This is great for killing bacteria on the face, which is another reason why I really love to travel with it. And like I said, I will even spray it on my face in the plane. I am not afraid to do that. And speaking of traveling, and another thing that I'm not afraid to do on the plane is to use a face mask. I've seen, like, there's so many videos now of people being like, I never thought I'd be the person that would use like a face mask on a plane, but here I am. Listen, some of my flights, I recently took a 16-hour flight to Bali. I have an 11-hour flight coming up to Japan. Like, I have flown home from Europe, which, you know, 9-11 hours depending on where I'm going. Once again, I am not afraid to do a mask on a plane, because your face can just get so dried out and dehydrated from being up there in the recycled air and all of the things, or they're at least something that I love to travel with. Now, Peach and Lily does have a lot of products available on Amazon, but I do not see their masks there. But like I said, some of these products will be on Amazon, some will not. But these are from Peach and Lily, the Glass Skin Ginseng Collagen Mask. I really do enjoy the BioDance collagen masks as well. You can get those on Amazon. I've purchased those many times myself. So these are the masks that when you put them on, they're like white and kind of jelly feeling, and then you let them sit for a while and they turn really clear. A lot of times people will sleep with them. For me, I've slept with them. I've also kept them on for like 2-3 hours. They turn clear. I peel them off. I work from home. I could typically do that. Again, you could do it on a plane. You got a long plane ride, long car ride, whatever you want to do. These are by far the mask that I have noticed the most amount of difference in. I used this for the first time when I went to Catskills recently with creators and friends. And my skin, the whole time, I was just like, okay. And I kept telling everyone, it's literally a house full of content creators, most in the beauty space. And I was like, hey, you guys, the Peach and Lily masks. And so many people were like, yeah, I know, we love them too. I was like, but really, we should all be using these. It was so funny, just like the audience that I was talking to that week. And I was like, guys, let me convince you on this. And they were like, no, we're convinced too. I was like, okay, great. My skin felt so soft, looked so glowy. It was like, I used this on a Sunday night, I believe it was. And I was taking my makeup off on like Tuesday night, I want to say, Tuesday, Wednesday night. I'm taking my makeup off, right? I'm using my cleansing balm, I'm rubbing my face, and I'm like, why is my face so smooth? It just feels like, what is this feel? I was like, what is happening? And I was like, oh, I still feel the effects of this mask. A lot of times when you do masks like this, like you'll put it on, you'll take it off, and you'll be like, wow, my skin looks good. An hour later, you're like, what even has just happened? The Biodance one, I feel the effects for a longer amount of time than some of the other masks that I've used, but the Peach and Lily blows it out of the water. So highly, highly recommend these. You can get them from Ulta Beauty. I got them in PR for the first time that I got sent these and tried them out, and then I've repurchased them already. So those are amazing. And I wanted to kind of share too my like breakdown of my skincare routine that I have been doing. And I think having a routine like this really helps me since I'm so out of my routine and I never quite know like where I'm going to be or like what state I'm going to be in or anything like that. Having this set routine of what I'm doing on each night really helps at least my like ADHD brain. It helps me feel like I don't have to guess. Again, no more decision fatigue. I have a set skincare routine and what I'm doing. And Sunday is my like deep hydration day where I'm using some sort of mask. So I either use the Peach and Lily or I use the Peach Slices. And this is their Snail Rescue Intensive Wash Off Jelly Mask. I'm filming this on a Monday. Sunday was yesterday, and this is the mask that I use and I love. And I am about halfway done with this one, which has been great because again, no more decision fatigue. I know every Sunday I'm either using the Peach and Lily mask, especially if I've been traveling, I prefer to use this mask because I feel like it is a little bit more intense. If I'm not, like I've been in Las Vegas for what, like a week now? So I used the Peach Slices. Peach Slices also has a lot of great products that you can get on Amazon and they're a little bit more affordable. I also really like, a lot of times I grab their acne dots because I do deal with breakouts. And again, they're really easy. If I'm traveling on a plane, I just put some stickers over where I'm having breakouts. Boom, easy to go. But they also have serums, moisturizers, things like that. And I really do like the Peach Slices brand, but that is something that I do every single Sunday. And the other product that I have been using, I mentioned that I started the Adaplene. So I got this off of Amazon, and this is from La Roche-Posay. This is their Adaplene Gel 0.1% Acne Treatment. It's a once daily topical retinoid. What I do is I do 2 nights a week. So Monday and Wednesday are my Adaplene nights. And then Tuesday, Thursday are just, I'll use a serum that I'll talk about and then a moisturizer. That's it. Friday is my exfoliation day. I'll talk about that. Saturday, regular moisturizer. Sunday, deep hydration. Go back to Monday, Wednesday, Adaplene days. So that is my set skincare routine. And that really helps me once again, just keeping everything in line and taking out that decision fatigue. So what I do with this, because it is a retinoid treatment and it can irritate the skin, and since I do have sensitive skin, how I started using it is I would do the sandwich method. So I would do a moisturizer first, like I'd use this at night, take off my makeup, then I put on a moisturizer, wait 10-15 minutes or so, then put this on, and you just need a light layer of this, and I do put it all over the face. Then wait another like 10-15 minutes or so, usually right before I'm about to get into bed, and then I do the moisturizer again. And you can either build up nights, you can start to use this more frequently. For me, I think 2 nights is pretty good. And I like that I have other nights that are focused on still doing some exfoliation and then also deep hydration with the masks. And then some nights that are just regular. I'm not using actives on my skin or anything like that, just chill, regular skincare nights. Because I am a reformed over exfoliator. I used to over exfoliate, especially when I first started really struggling with acne. I was like scrubbing my face every night and using harsh chemicals every night and actives every night and every day. I've been doing this routine for just over a month now. So I put everything in a storage unit 2 months ago. This is the routine that I've been doing for the last month that I feel like works good for me. And it's also something that I can do easily on the go. I have the products that I can take on the go with me, especially doing like these masks if I'm going to be gone over a Sunday, and I have stuck with it. I've stuck with it through the Catskills. I did a long weekend in California. Again, I'm getting ready to go on a bigger trip here to Japan and South Korea, but I have really stuck with it. I will be doing a video. I've been documenting every single week what my skin looks like, the skin changes. So as I get further into it, I will definitely share it with you because I know after about a month you are supposed to start the like purge time, which I can kind of sense is like coming up. So we'll see how I get through that. I've heard different varying lengths of how long people have purged with using a retinoid. If you've done Adaplene or anything similar to it, I would definitely love to get your feedback, because I've been doing a lot of research and looking into different videos and seeing, you know, of course everyone is different, but I like hearing what other people experienced because it kind of helps me a little bit. So would definitely love your feedback, of course. And then, like I said, I mentioned serums. I usually do a different serum for day and night. Sometimes I do not, especially if I'm traveling. Sometimes I just grab one serum, but these are kind of what I've been using. For day, the Clarins Double Serum, this is like the 4th or 5th time that I've gone through this. It is a more expensive serum, but it is one of my absolute favorites. I recommend it to literally everybody, and something about this makes my skin, again, feel so soft and so smooth. And it stays that way. Like when I use this serum, especially when I use it on a consistent basis like I am now, I can feel and see the difference in my skin. It's why I keep going back to it. So the Clarins Double Serum, the only thing about this one that I don't love is that it is bigger, and with the packaging, it is not as travel friendly as I would like it to be. So oftentimes this doesn't come traveling with me, which makes me very sad. But another product that I love is from Medicube. I know this one is getting a lot of attention right now. I've been loving it for a while. I'm halfway through with this particular one. But this is the PDRN Pink Peptide Serum. So just a little pink serum here. And this is one that I usually use at night. Medicube has a lot of great products. This one is definitely a favorite of mine. I also used up their Vita C capsule cream. I thought that was great. They have masks as well. Medicube is I feel like is a pretty popular like K-beauty brand at this moment. And I get it because a lot of their products I really, really do enjoy. And this one is in my current routine right now and one that I do travel with. I am getting ready to go to South Korea, which I am so excited for. They just have, you know, I feel like such advancements in skincare. I would love to know any of your favorite K-beauty brands or specific products, or if you've been to South Korea and been like able to shop anywhere, like I truly would love to know any recommendations, and I keep asking for them online, and I don't think people understand that every time I get a recommendation, I either screenshot it or put it in my notes or screenshot it so I can put it in my notes for later. But I have a massive list of recommendations that people are giving me because I am taking them all to heart. I'm only going to be in South Korea for like 4 days. I'm in Japan for like 10, 11, I want to say. And I am just like determined to make the most of it. So please, any recommendations you have. I know there are so many popular K-beauty brands and products, and I feel like it's something that I haven't dove into enough, and I want to even more. So please let me know. The last thing that I wanted to mention, like I said, in my routine on Friday nights is when I exfoliate. So typically once a month, what I'll do is I'll use the Kitsch dermaplaners. So this is where you shave your face. So I just take the dermaplaners and literally just shave all of the peach fuzz off. This, once again, makes my skin super soft. It's exfoliating the skin. It's removing that like top layer of dead skin. It's letting your skincare products sink in even more to the skin, which is always fantastic. And it just feels good. I have been shaving my face since before I moved to Las Vegas, so it's probably been 5 or 6 years or something. I've never had issues with hair growing back thicker, darker, longer, whatever anyone says about shaving your face. I've never had an issue with that. And I think it's fantastic. Now I think this is a good routine because I can do it the once a month, because I also do track everything in my second channel where I talk about books and like goals and lifestyle and things like that. I've been talking recently about using Notion for goal planning, monthly planning, that sort of thing. And I can track in there what my skincare looks like. So for me, I really only need dermaplaning once a month, and I think that's great. So that's my Friday night. And then if I'm not doing the dermaplaning, I'm doing some sort of exfoliation. Like right now I'm using the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. That's my exfoliator. I do also have a mask from Beauty of Joseon, another K-beauty brand, and a mask that I bought on Amazon. It's like their rice mask. That I'll use that sometimes, but mostly right now I'm using the facial radiance pads. Again, just trying to cut down decision fatigue. But that is my skincare routine that I've been sticking to when it comes to traveling a lot and having stuff in storage unit, not having as many products close to me, those are the main products that I'm going back to and what my routine looks like with someone with acne prone skin. This might go under like a very random category, I'm not sure, but actually in the last Amazon sale that was happening, I bought these two products and I've been loving them because they're kind of like body care. But one of them is from Naturim, and this is their Smoother Glycolic Acid Body Lotion to gently exfoliate, resurface, and hydrate to reveal softer, smoother skin. So I all of a sudden one day got very self-conscious about my legs. I'm not quite sure what happened. I've always been, I really hate admitting this because I don't want to be this way, but I've pretty much always been really self-conscious of the backs of my legs. I have always struggled with cellulite and, you know, stretch marks and everything. And it's just one of those things that we've been told as women makes you flawed. And so, you know, that's always been tough. So even though those typically always bother me to the point where I said this online one time that I used to hate to wear shorts. I didn't like it at all, and it was a big deal for me once I started like actually wearing shorts. Which is like so crazy to think back to that time where like I was truly like that self-conscious about it. But you know, society is hard on us girls. I'll say that. But then all of a sudden one day I started to get self-conscious about the front of my legs, and I don't know if it's because I do a lot of fashion content, especially on like TikTok, and I oftentimes share what I'm wearing like in my Instagram stories, and so I stare at myself. You know, the downside of being a content creator is you stare at yourself all day and you see yourself in editing what you don't like, and you see yourself in photos what is considered a flaw, and you hear your voice every day and you're like, do I really sound like that? Which is not always the funnest. But all of a sudden one day I started getting self-conscious about the front of my legs, and I was like, what am I gonna do here? And then because our technology is so advanced, you don't even have to say things out loud for your phone to pick up on them. You can just have the thoughts internally. Truly, like the moment that I was like, I'm not digging the fronts of my legs, something is off here. One of the very first videos that got recommended to me on TikTok was, oh, you don't want your legs to look like you're in your 40s, which I almost am, but here's like how to get like softer, smoother, better looking, younger looking legs. And I was like, how did my phone jump into my brain? But they were talking about using something like glycolic acid, and this is again good for gently exfoliating. And then they also talked about using lotions with a retinol in them, so kind of similar to the retinoid that I was talking about. But I purchased this one from Naturim, and then, which is here, and then we also have the Gold Bond Retinol Lotion, which I have there. And those are the products that I use on my legs, front of my legs, back of my legs, my arms, my hands. One thing that I say, you know, especially when using active ingredients on the face as well, such as the retinoids, it's always really important to protect your skin from the sun because you're more susceptible to sun damage when you use them. Same when it comes to retinol and glycolic acid for the body. You want to make sure that you are putting a sunscreen on as well. Otherwise, you could actually be doing like more harm than good with using a product like this. But these are my body care products. I purchased them last time in the Amazon sale, and I'm still loving them, and feel like I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better about how the legs are looking these days. And kind of similar to body care as well, and we'll kind of morph over into hair care also. Okay, so this is really funny to me, but this is how I travel with my castor oil. If you've been here for a minute, you've heard me talk about castor oil. I love castor oil. I love castor oil for the body. I love castor oil for my eyelashes. I love castor oil for my hair, all of the things. But because I love castor oil so much, I will not travel without it. I will not. So what I did, because it's kind of hard to travel with the castor oil in like the black, like what am I trying to say, the glass bottles. So what I did is I bought these little ones. And one thing, the castor oil is best kept in a dark bottle, kind of similar to like a vitamin C. If you're buying a vitamin C, you want it to be in like an enclosed space where it's not getting to the light. So one thing about this is that I tried to make sure when I'm traveling, I use all of my castor oil as I'm going to be gone. Otherwise, I try not to let it sit in here like this, but I just got back from one of my trips, and I used about half of it. I will put it onto my stomach. There is some research out there about helping with like detoxification, digestion, different things like that, and it is something that I have done for a handful of years now, and it is truly something that I swear by. So I love it. What I can also do in these like little containers, so I can pour it out of my hand to put it onto my body, and then I can also use this because it's like a mascara wand and put it on my lashes. I love castor oil. It's made my lashes longer, but I also put the castor oil around my eye area, and it has helped me so much with dry eye. So much. If you struggle with dry eye, just try it. Again, I just kind of put it around the eye area. I don't like drop it into my eyes because that like kind of freaks me out, but still the castor oil is getting into my eyes. So there's that. And then I will also use this on the ends of my hair. I do a whole hair oiling routine. It is something that I've kept up with even with my life, you know, a little influx right now. So I will talk about that next. But almost every single night I will put just a few drops of castor oil onto the ends of my hair. I don't saturate it or anything like that. But I love my castor oil, and that is something that is with me everywhere that I go, including on my long travels. But like I mentioned, I do also have my hair oiling routine, and this is something that I try to do once a week. If I can't get to it once a week, then every other week, and that has to be like my absolute minimum. My goals for me that I set in Notion for last month is at least 2 times a month to do hair oiling. In the month of September, I was able to do every single week. Once a week, I do my hair oiling routine. So this is what I do the night before I'm going to wash my hair. So I make my own blend of oils, and there's a lot of different videos on what oils are good for you, what to use. Usually what I do is I do like some castor oil, maybe coconut oil, pumpkin seed oil, like a rosemary oil. You know, sometimes I only do like 3 at a time. Put about an ounce into this like plastic bottle with the hair applicator on it. So I will put those in there. And before I do my hair oiling, I take my scalp massager and I will massage my whole scalp, right? And then once that is done, I will have heated up the oil in the microwave so it's warm. And then I put it back in the container. And then this is what I focus on my scalp. So that's all I'm focusing it on. My scalp front, I flip my head over and I do the back, my scalp as well. And then I just take my fingers and just run my hands through it like this, because when your hair is wet or damp, you want to be a little bit more careful with it. It's more prone to breakage and damage. So I just take my fingers and kind of lightly rub my scalp in. Sure. And then I sleep at night with like a microfiber towel on my head, so it's not like getting a bunch of oil on my pillowcase, but a lot of times I heat up that towel in the dryer first and then I will put it on, and I got my friends that all do it. Ashley does it with me, Katie does it with me. We all love our hair oiling. Like we'll message each other if we're away from each other. We'll still message and be like, doing my hair oiling tonight. Like, and Ashley's hair, I feel like my hair has seen an improvement. Ashley's hair, Katie's always had great hair. She doesn't count. But my best friend Ashley, her hair has looked phenomenal since she has started hair oiling on the regular. And she switched her products. We did the hair porosity test and we kind of changed our hair care products around. Like we had our hair care game going strong since January, and I think we have both greatly benefited from it. But that is what I do. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day and rinse it out and then shampoo my hair. So that's hair oiling. I'll have all the oils linked, the applicator and all of that. The towel will all be linked on my Amazon storefront. Then when I move over to shampooing, so like I said, I do hair oiling once a week. After I do the hair oiling, I use a clarifying shampoo. I follow Abby Young. I'm sure a lot of you follow Abby Young for hair. Every time I talk about hair, I always try to make sure I mention Abby Young because I know nothing. She clearly knows everything. Like I always try to mention her that I'm not coming up with this. I follow her tips so closely. But she has said like a clarifying shampoo once a week is good for you. For me, I remember to use the clarifying shampoo because I use it after I do the hair oiling. Again, all about routines, making it simple for me, taking out the decisions. When should I use a clarifying shampoo? When's the last time I used a clarifying shampoo? Every time. Those routines have been so important to me during this time. So I'll use the clarifying shampoo because that's helping get rid of like buildup on the scalp. And scalp care is so important. So important. I'm so excited when I go to Japan. I already have an appointment scheduled for a head spa there and like the scalp treatment and everything. I can't wait. Oh, I think it's this now. I can't wait. I'm super pumped for that. But scalp care is super important. That's why I'm saying the oil on the scalp and then the clarifying shampoo. Another thing that I've put into effect recently that I saw from Abby's videos is she said that she felt like she was applying shampoo wrong. So what she does is when she shampoos, she first takes the shampoo and rubs it like this between her hands until it's really emulsified and then focuses it directly on the scalp. Doesn't really take the shampoo on the hair because she says as you're rinsing it out, it's going over your hair anyways and it's getting clean. And then she's using just conditioner on the, you know, the ends of her hair and leaving the conditioner off her like newly freshly cleaned scalp, right? So the conditioner not sitting there. So that's what I've really been focusing on in the shower and making sure I'm getting all little areas of my scalp with the shampoo. My favorite shampoos and conditioner that I've been using has been from Function of Beauty. I know you can also get them at Target. They're a little bit more of an affordable line. I use a lot of them. I use their clarifying shampoo. I have their restoring shampoo. I have their shampoo and conditioner for wavy hair because I have realized like my natural wavy hair can also be very pretty. So I've talked recently about, you know, trying to get some good hair care tips for when I try to do like my wavy hair, which is not today. And a lot of you have come through with some great suggestions. This brand, because they have what they call like their shots. So you can take their shampoo and conditioner and then you can buy like a anti-frizz shot, a hydration shot, a strengthening shot, and you can put these shots into like your shampoo, and that way you're getting that like additional benefit as well. And I just always thought that was really cool. So I've repurchased these. The first time I ever got them was in PR, and then I've gone on to repurchase them myself. You can get them on Amazon. Again, you can get them on Target. Then you can purchase those additional shots as well, which I just think is really cool. So that's what I've been very loyal to. That's what I use, you know, every single time in the shower. I have been using from Briogeo their like Curl Charisma mask, again when I'm trying to do more of my wavy hair. And then another product that a lot of you recommended was from Color Wow. I love their regular Dream Coat spray. I've gone through so many, I've repurchased so many, but you told me, I didn't even know this, that they have the Dream Coat for curly hair out, and it says for perfect frizz-free curls. And this is something that you can use that doesn't have to be heat activated. So when I asked the question, do you have any products you can recommend for when I don't want to use heat on my hair, because I try not to use a blow dryer a lot or a curling iron a lot or things like that, and I've been trying to go more with my natural wavy hair, this is what you recommended, and it's so nice. So I purchased that one. I've been using it. I think it's great. I love the little travel versions. I go through them, I can travel with them, and it's easy to do. When I do decide that I am going to blow dry my hair, like this morning I washed my hair pretty early, and then I actually took Ashley to the airport, and then I was going to get on my walk, and I was like, I don't want to be running around everywhere with super wet hair. Usually if I'm just sitting at home, I'm fine to let it air dry, but in a situation like today, I wasn't able to do that. So I have the Laifen hair dryer. This did go on sale last Amazon Prime Day, so it might this one too. I really like this because this makes my hair so smooth. I always get so many compliments when I have my hair like this, and I think it's because it truly makes my hair so smooth. This is supposed to be good for smoothing the hair, and it really, really is. I also like it because it has different, you can hit this button and you can do heat, you can do cool air, which I appreciate because I try not to use a ton of heat on my hair, but this is also so freaking fast that I feel like I'm not using a lot of heat all at one time. So this has been the blow dryer that I've been using for pretty much this year, I want to say, and it's lightweight and easy enough to travel with. I'm trying to think of where, I know I've taken this to California. I took it to one of my bigger trips earlier on in the year. I don't know where I was going, but I took it in there too, and it fit super nicely in my suitcase, and I was very grateful for that. And then the curling iron that I always use is from T3. I believe you can get this on Amazon as well, but I've been using the T3 curling iron for years, and I just use the big barrel. I can't even tell you how many years I've been using the T3. Ashley has it as well, which is great because I can just use hers here, and I have mine for over there, and that's what I use for my hair. But the other product that I'll mention is my Kitsch Scrunchie, and if you know me at all, I love my Kitsch Scrunchie. I know a lot of you have purchased this. This is technically their sleeping scrunchies. It's silk. It's supposed to help protect the hair. So every night when I go to sleep, this is what my hair is in. Every night. It doesn't matter where I am, who I'm with, my hair is always in this sleep scrunchie, right? But I also like it because, this is kind of a funny story, I don't have a ton of hair, right? Like, I don't have a lot of hair. I don't have really thick hair. I went to the doctor the other day and I had my hair up in a bun because I just think it looks cute. Like, it's one of those things where like it can be a messy bun, but something about this and like it just makes it look like I tried to do my hair when I really didn't. But I go to the doctor, the nurse calls me back, and she goes, can't decide whose bun is bigger, mine or yours. And I looked at her and I was like, oh yeah, she had like a big bun in her hair. I'm like, oh yeah, funny. And we get back to the room and then she goes, so do you have really long hair too? And I was like, oh no, I have like no hair. I was like, I have like really short, thin hair. I go, but the sleeping scrunchie definitely makes it look like I have more hair. She goes, I had no idea. She goes, my hair is down to my waist and I thought we had the same amount of hair. I was like, that's just the Kitsch Scrunchie. So I love these scrunchies. They always go everywhere with me. Another product that I use all of the time You can't get it on Amazon, but I want to mention it anyways. So is this like a travel duffel bag. Now mine does say creators and friends on the front because we were able to work with the brand Quince, I think is how you say them. And they were able to do some custom bags for us this was for our Palm Springs retreat for the event planning company that I run. But you can also just purchase this bag on the website too. I love this bag and I get so many compliments through the airport with this. This is like my #1 travel bag and I just love it because it's so big. It fits so much in here. This is what I take all of the time. Like if I'm gonna work for a coffee shop, I put my computer in here, my charger, everything goes in here. It has side pockets, which is amazing. It has this front pocket, so a lot of times I have like my external charger in here, any like cords, headphones, anything like that. It has zip pockets in here. This is just fantastic. And then it zips all the way up. You also have like these two like straps here like so I can like, you know, put it through TSA. I love this bag so much. I always get compliments on it. And I shared about it recently, I think on like Instagram stories, and it was like one of my most clicked on products. I was like, oh gosh, I was like, I really need to mention that this bag is phenomenal. It does have this in the back too, so you can put it through like a suitcase handle, which is great. If I have a suitcase plus that bag, it is absolutely fantastic. One thing that I bought recently is, I'll put a photo of this bag in here. This is gonna be what I'm taking with me to Japan. That's it. It's just going to be my travel book bag. I talked to my mindset video that with my minimalism mindset right now and seeing what I really use and enjoy and keep going back to, we're going to give it a try. So this is really large though. My partner has this, so I just bought the same one that he has. We did the extra large size. He can fit so much in it. Whenever we travel together, I'm always like putting stuff in the brown bag, putting stuff in like my carry-on, but then it's harder to like get into my like actual like carry-on suitcase. So I'm like, hey, can you just put this in like the front pocket? It has so many pockets and different size pockets. Like one time I even put a whole pair of shoes in there and I was like, in one of the front pockets, I was like, there is so much room in this thing. And it's like TSA approved and everything. It fits under the seats. It kind of has like the expander too, so you can expand it up. But this is what I bought because I want to just take a backpack to Japan. I'm probably gonna buy a suitcase over there and like bring stuff back with me, but at least getting to Japan, I didn't pay for a bag, so that is all that I'm going to take, and we'll see how I do. But that is what I purchased. And another thing that I love, I'm actually using it literally right now, is my external charger. I always talk about these. This has also come so in handy with the amount of travel I do and being back and forth between 2 different homes. I bought 2 of these. Like I had the one and I loved it so much I bought another one in the last sale just so I always have it by me. But external chargers are so handy to have. I love this one. It tells you the percentage that your battery is at. So right now it's at 69%. I like this one because it's like thin, so I can kind of take it around with me, but it also has 3 different charging ports. One is for my phone, and then the top one I can charge my Kindle with. That is so important to me because I used to have to take a separate charger for my phone and then a separate charger for my Kindle when I traveled. Not anymore. You can get it all in this one. I also purchased a larger external battery pack for some of my bigger trips, like I'll be taking to Japan as well. But this is great for me kind of like on the go, day to day. This is perfect. That way I don't have to constantly be like taking my like actual phone charger like out of the wall and like leaving it somewhere and all these things. Always have my external charger with me and I love it. One big beauty product that I wanted to mention is I also recently made the switch to press-on nails. A couple different reasons for this. One, it's a lot less expensive. I was finding myself spending a lot of money going to the nail salon every single month, but really my nails started breaking, and there was a point where I was going to the nail salon 2 times a month, and I was like, okay, this is just not even feasible. Like I can't spend like an hour and a half getting my nails done 2 times a month and then spending $100 2 times a month on nails. Like this is getting crazy. And I was like, I think my nails need a little bit of a break. I've been getting my nails done with like the gel nails for years and years and years, right? And so I was like, maybe I'll give my nails a little bit of a break. And also, you know, I did this right before I went on my India trip where I was gone for over 2 weeks, and I was like, if my nails keep breaking, I can't just pop in somewhere in India and Bali and be like, hey, can you fix my nails? Like that's not gonna work. So I was like, let me try press-ons. Everyone has been saying that press-ons are so good right now and they've really improved, because the last time I tried press-on nails, they were falling off all of the time. These nails. So I went with Glamnetic. the Glamnetic Glue. This nail has been on since mid-July. It is October. Is this nail ever coming off? I have no idea. Like it's actually wild to me. So I'll say for me, maybe if you're a little more like OCD, this will really bother you. It doesn't really bother me. I use the Glamnetic nails, and I actually have 3 different sets on at this moment because I just wait until one falls off or pops off, and then I put a new one on. So for me, I don't take them all off at one time and put a whole new different set on. So like if you can see on this hand, I have these like lace ones, which I think are really cool. I just started adding those. I have this is just like a regular like light pink, and then my thumbnail has like some jewels on it. Same over here. Well, this is from the very first set, but lace nails, the jewels, and then like the regular set, which is just this one. I've purchased that set twice. I have different nails on, but I like more like the nude clear pink nails, so they all kind of like match together, so it's not like I have like one black nail, one nude nail, one orange nail. The Glamnetic nails have just been fabulous. The nail glue, fabulous. I actually just bought an electric drill so I can take like have the glue off of my nails better instead of just filing them. Highly, highly recommend the Glamnetic nails. If I don't already, I will have a video coming of a shop with me at Sephora and Ulta. Ulta was having a 30% off sale and Glamnetic was included. I bought glue and 2 more sets, including these lace ones. So you can also get Glamnetic on Amazon. They have some different styles on Ulta as well. Highly, highly recommend them. It has saved me so much money, and to me they're easy. Like if one pops off, I'm like, okay. I just, boop. I keep the glue, a file, and nails in my purse and just... so easy. Another product I've really been loving, I wanted to mention these from Kokie. I have their eyeshadow duos in my bag right now. These are so freaking good. These are the metallic shadows. I have Beloved and Steal the Show. I've been wearing them a lot lately. You have a cream product on top, and then in here you have like the little sponge, and this is like a glittery, sparkly, shimmery topper, and they're just beautiful. So I wear like the bronzy one and then also the gold one, and I think that they are just fabulous. Another product that I brought into my Shop My Stash bag is from Sigma, and this is their Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint. It's what I have on today, and I think that it's beautiful. Sigma usually does have some sales during Prime Day deals, whether with their beauty products, their brushes, or their brush cleaning products, which I absolutely love. I have a whole idea list of brush cleaning products, from like the little sponge baths that you can use, the actual soap that you use. Sigma has the Sig Magic. They also have their brush shampoo. I highly, highly recommend these for cleaning your brushes and your sponges. I know I post a lot of videos with them because they're just like fun ASMR, like little quick videos to do, but it is actually me understanding that I didn't need that large of a makeup brush collection anymore, and I can just wash my brushes on the regular. And to me, having cute things to do it, like the little seashell bath or the little sponge bath like I said, or the Zote soap. The Zote soap is phenomenal, and I'm pretty sure it's like $5 or something like that. It cleans everything. It cleans your brushes and your sponges so fast. So highly recommend that. And I know BK Beauty will also be having some sales during the Prime Day as well. I just recently got the new brushes from the Nikki LaRoche collection, so I've been using a lot of those. This is the one I've been using for bronzer, for blush. I think that these did sell out. Winged liner, of course, eyeshadow. I think these sold out pretty quickly on the BK site, so I doubt that they'll be on Amazon, but BK Beauty has fabulous brushes. They also just came out with a brush soap as well, and then that sold out right away, and I was like, man, because that is a great product also, and it came with a travel version, which again, I take along with me, so I think that's perfect. But those are a few products that I think is great. And then one last product I wanted to mention is the Colourpop Lipliners. I had someone ask me, because I've talked recently a lot about my love of lip liners and just wearing them as my all over lip product. Like I have one on from Merit today. It's a lip liner. I use it to fill in my lips. We're good to go. I had someone ask me if I had any that are more creamy lip liners versus more matte. I will say matte is where my preference is, but the Colourpop So Juicy Plumping Lip Liners, that is what I recommend it back in the comment section. My favorite shade is in Westwood. I actually have used it all the way up. You can get the Colourpop lip liners on Amazon, or you can also get them on Colourpop, and they did just change my discount code. It's still March Beauty for the code, but now you just get 10% off your entire order. It used to be like only $5 off a product, and now you get 10% off your entire order. So you can use March Beauty now on Colourpop, or check them out on Amazon, but those lip liners are so creamy, and they do like just make your lips look more juicy. They're some of my favorites. Again, I've gone through Westwood, so I would highly recommend those. A couple of things I just wanted to wrap up with. Obviously, I love reading. I have my second channel where I talk all about books. I'm an author myself. So I have a whole idea list on my Amazon storefront of books that I've read in 2025. So if you want to see any of those, you can definitely check out that list. One thing I will be repurchasing in the sale is a good pair of walking shoes because I go through my walking shoes so quickly. I did a video on my second channel about what I wish I knew before starting to walk 10,000 steps a day. Now I walk more like 15,000 steps a day, but walking is my main form of exercise and something I absolutely love to do. But having good quality shoes is definitely key because especially when I first started really getting into 10,000 plus a day, it was painful. Like I was dealing with, you know, kind of like that shin splint feeling, like Charlie horses in like my feet, stuff like that. So I either do Nike or New Balance shoes, and those have worked out really well for me. But because I do walk so much, I like wear through my shoes pretty quickly. I have a pair of Nikes now, and they have just started to get a little hole on the top of them. So I thought this is a perfect time for me to repurchase shoes. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll again link anything in that recent buys tab that I get. And also one thing that I wanted to ask is I do want to get a more travel-friendly laptop because I'm about to be gone for 6 weeks. My laptop that I have is so large and heavy and big and bulky, and even the charging cord for it, heavy, big, bulky. I can only take like, I think it's like 17 pounds or 23 pounds or something like that in my carry-on bag to Japan. And like half of that is going to be my laptop. I have to bring it because I have to work. Obviously. I want something that's more like slim and lightweight, but still will allow me to like be able to plug in my hard drive and a place to be able to plug in insert my my memory card. So if anyone has any recommendations for a good travel-friendly laptop that still has like enough oomph to be able to do, you know, my editing program is on my hard drive and all of that, but I know like the laptop still needs to, you know, have some oomph to it. So if you have any recommendations, I would really love them because that has to be a priority for me in the sale is to get a travel laptop. So that's what I'm planning to get and some of my favorites and products that I've been using even with my life in a storage unit right now and traveling a lot and all of those things. And I hope you enjoyed this video and kind of seeing some more of my routines and how I remove decision fatigue. I hope some of these past videos, you know, I'll have a Shop My Stash coming too for my storage unit again. I hope they've helped inspire you or motivate you. If you are shopping the Amazon Prime Day sale, I would love to know what you are picking up and if any of them are through my recommendations. Again, thank you so much for shopping my link if you do, and I'll see you in the next one.